Hi, this is the demonstration for Mecha Immense Warfare. These are the basic rules. For starters, each player gets their own deck of 40 cards, no more than 3 copies of any one card in the deck except for basic towers. Then they draw a hand of 5 cards. They draw a new card at the beginning of each turn, and they play cards from their hand, so on and so forth. Pretty run-of-the-mill. Now each turn, this is the game board. Normally it's supposed to be 5 deep and 7 across. In this case we'll just pretend there's another row on each edge, because working with shoestring budget here. Each turn, each player can play a radio tower, and these provide bandwidth. The bandwidth contributes towards the bandwidth is used up by the mechas. So let's have 2 there. I'll play a turtle. Now you can only play cards in the closest row, called the entry zone. The top number on the card is the cost, so in this case 2 bandwidth with 2 costs. The second one is the power, and the third one is the durability. So I can't play another card, and I can't play another mecha until I've got enough bandwidth to support it as well. So let's say turn 3, I play a third radio tower. Now I can play a short bow, which only has a cost of 1. As long as the cost doesn't exceed the bandwidth, you can play as many mechas as you want. If the bandwidth doesn't drop beneath if the bandwidth does drop beneath the cost, nothing special happens. You just can't play any more mechas until you have enough room. Now, mechas can't move the turn they're played, but every turn after that, they can move 1 space. And the goal of the game is to get a mecha to the other side of the board and attack your opponent 5 times. Each time they're attacked, they take the top card of their deck and they place it to the side. Once there are 5 cards in the damage zone, they lose the game. Now, mechas can fight each other. A mecha enters with durability equal to its base durability. So in the case of turtle, that's 3. But I don't mark it just as a shorthand until it takes damage. So in this case, the short bow will attack the turtle. So it goes from base 3 down to just 2. And once the durability drops to 0, then it's destroyed and discarded. The durability also persists between turns, which is a difference from some other games. Now each mecha also has certain abilities, such as turtle, which has armor 1, which means it enters with 1 armor counter on it. Armor counters mean that it doesn't take any damage to its durability. Instead it prevents the damage, and you remove 1 armor counter. So if it has 3 armor counters, then it will take damage 3 times before it starts taking damage to its durability. The opposite of that is pierce, which shortbow has, which just straight up ignores armor counters. Another pair of mechanics are speed, where units can move multiple spaces in a single turn, and range, where they can attack multiple spaces as a distance. And finally, flight, which means the unit has some kind of aerial movement. It can't be attacked unless another unit has flight or reach. And yes, that is copied straight from Magic. There's also haste, which means as soon as it's played, it can move. So it doesn't have quote-unquote summoning sickness. Finally, the last type of card is command cards. So we'll just grab, here we go, attack orders. Command cards can be used at any time, unless it explicitly says something else. So in the case of attack orders, it gives a unit an extra attack. So the short bow would be able to attack the turtle twice. So from 3 durability down to 1. As soon as you use the command, it gets discarded. There are more rules which aren't present in this little prototype because there's so many cards designed so far. It'd be hell just to write them out. But some other rules are trigger commands, which go off as soon as they're placed from the deck into the damage zone. As soon as that happens, they're played. There are also pilots, which attach to mechas and give certain advantages. There are also some commands which you place on the field and they have time tokens, time counters. You remove one each turn and something happens. What else? And a few other cards with some corner cases. Though I've covered all that in the primary written rules. The link to that will be in the description below. I do believe that's everything. Thank you for watching. Obviously, please like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, subscribe here on YouTube. Links are below. Thanks. See ya.